Tell me about some of the difficult parts. I mean, first of all, well, there's so many first of alls, but you spend a lot of time in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Is that one of the tough parts?
Yeah, I mean, there was so much stuff to do in this movie. It truly was. I think the most challenging thing was it almost had two phases. I mean, there's the whole sort of, the reason why I initially was fell in love with the movie was because of the whole relationship between the two characters. And there was sort of a phase where we sort of did that, then we moved on to the action-oriented sequences, which neither of us were used to at all. And it was almost like coming in every day with a new roller coaster to go on, some sort of new adventure to do. And it was cool the first couple times. You try it out, it's fun. I never felt like my life was in danger by any means. I mean, you had the occasional cuts and bruises, but when you go to the 50th, 60th time doing the same thing, it gets a little tedious. But that's all part of filmmaking, you gotta accept the good with the bad.
Yeah, Billy Zane told me he tried to come up with a storyline where maybe his character was aquaphobic and he could stay out of the water. You try anything like that yourself?
Jack didn't have much time to be aquaphobic in this movie, I don't think.
So there's a scene, I mean there's so many scenes obviously when the ship is going down, but there's a scene in particular where you and Kate have to rush to the stern and you're clinging and the boat is tipping. How did you shoot some of that? I mean, how much did you two have to be involved in?
It was an interesting combination because a lot of it was, I mean, there was an actual ship there that was on hydraulics that went up in the air. It was like amazing. You went out in this completely fabricated studio in Mexico, and there was a gigantic Titanic sitting there. It was like a huge sight to behold. A lot of it was done in real life, surprisingly. Some of it was computerized. As far as like the end sequence, which is probably the most climactic, when the ship completely goes up and down in the water, a lot of that was done for real. I mean, I remember the day we were there. I mean, it was completely surreal. We had 20 guys on bungee cords below us, falling on top of each other and bouncing off girders, and then above us on a hydraulic poop deck while we were chained on. And then looking up, you see 20 cranes around you with lights, and then Jim Cameron swooping down in an elevator crane to a close-up, passing you to a green screen. It's like